All right, we're in Riverside at March Field Air Museum, and I'm here with the director, Patricia.
Hello, how are you today?
I thank you for having us out here. This is awesome. Thanks for having us here.
Well, we really think so. You know, the museum has been in existence since 1979, and this facility itself has been here since 1993. So we're happy to share it with you today and all the people from the local area.
I have lived in the Inland Empire pretty much all my life, and I've driven down the 215 and the 60 for many years, and I've always said, oh, look at those planes as I'm driving by. I go, I want to stop, I want to see it. And here we are, finally.
Yes, it's easy to get off the exit and turn right.
Well, I understand. Now, this is great. Now, how, first of all, is there a fee for people to come in here? How do you get here?
Well, there is a nominal fee for adults, children, and younger children get in for free. We also have special group rates for people that pre-book tours, including senior citizens, schools, and a lot of different organizations. So that's also another option that you have. And letting us know ahead of time with a large group to get a special group package and a special tour.
In your hours, are you open all the time?
We're closed on Mondays, like most museums. We are open daily from 9 to 4. And we're closed on the major holidays, which are basically Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Okay. And what are we going to be seeing here while we're out here?
What you're going to see is a great compilation of the story of aviation, beginning with the story of March Field from 1913 up until the space shuttle. And right now, within the next 2 years, we are going to be getting a lot of space shuttle surplus artifacts, about $27 million worth.
Whoa.
So that's something we're working on the exhibit now. We have a few on display at the entrance, but it will be getting bigger and bigger, and so that will be a continuation of the story from the early part of aviation till space. There's something for everyone, for people that have served in the wars that might want to see an aircraft that they flew in World War II, up till, you know, anyone that's interested in becoming a pilot today.
You said I'm going to end up speaking with somebody who's going to take me outside, right?
Absolutely. You know, this museum runs with volunteers, and we have 150 volunteers who work here in the course of a year. And our volunteers have so much enthusiasm and so much knowledge that I really want to introduce you to Bob Mauger, who's going to take you around and give you even more detailed information about the exhibits that we have.
Now, Bob, tell us, what's this first thing that we're looking at right here?
This is the McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom. It's a Vietnam and Cold War aircraft. This aircraft was Mach 2, or twice the speed of sound.
Wow.
And it was used for either low-level bombing or as a fighter, so it was a fighter-bomber.
Now, let me go back to what you said in the beginning. You said twice the speed of sound.
Right.
How fast does the speed of sound start there?
Well, in a nice day like today, at sea level, we're looking at about 750 miles an hour, so we're looking at over about 1,400 miles an hour here. The negative point on it is they put out a lot of black smoke from the engines, the early engines they carried, and that was like a big arrow pointing at you saying, shoot here. So they'd have to light their afterburners in order to eliminate the smoke and go in, and that tripled their fuel consumption.
Wow.
So the most important plane for these guys was the tankers, the air refueling aircraft.
How long would it take going at 1,400 miles an hour would this thing run out of gas?
You probably had less than an hour.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so, you know, you didn't run afterburners all the time.
Okay.
You couldn't.
So you keep it at a steady 600 miles an hour?
Yeah, you do, you know, keep it down, and then you could light it up and then pick up some speed when you needed to. I want to point this one out. This is a B-17G, a World War II bomber. You had 10 crew members aboard. 4 officers up in the nose, your pilot, co-pilot, navigator, bombardier. And then the rest of the crew, the 10 were enlisted. They were the gunners, radio operator, flight engineer. Their average age of this whole bomber, the average age of the crew was only 20. So with the 4 officers in the nose, you're looking at gunners that were 17, 18, 19 years old. A bunch of kids. There's no armor plate. The plane only flew, it cruised at 160 miles an hour.
Oh, this is a real slow plane.
Oh yeah, a dog, you know, and then, but not by that standard. It was a pretty good airplane.
Yeah.
But when you're up at the altitudes where this plane flew, 29 to 31,000 feet, the temperature inside this airplane would drop to minus 50 or minus 60 degrees.
Oh my goodness.
Because it wasn't pressurized. You had 13 50 caliber machine guns to defend yourself.
Wow.
And in the early part of the war, we didn't have fighter aircraft that could go to the distant targets, especially in Germany. And these guys had to slug it in and slug it out all by themselves. This airplane is really the high spot of our museum.
Yeah.
This was built in 58, 59. They went operational in 61. It still holds the world speed records for an air-breathing aircraft or a jet-powered aircraft. It's a spy plane.
Okay.
Fly high, take pictures of the bad guys. It cannot be shot down.
Wow. Now, why can't it not be shot? Just because, or why?
Well, because it flies so high. We're looking, its normal operating range was 85,000 feet. That's 16 miles up. So you have to wear spacesuits in it.
Whoa.
It is so fast, even at those altitudes, the friction of the air on the skin of this airplane will exceed 1,200 degrees. So they made it out of titanium instead of aluminum.
Yeah.
It is stealth. This gives a radar return of about a large-sized beach ball. Today, stealth is much better. When you look at a stealth bomber, it gives a radar return of a marble. But if you got a beach ball flying over your country at, you know, Mach 4, you pretty much have an SR-71. You can't catch it. It'll outrun enemy fighters, and at the altitude it runs, if you fire a missile at it, it'll still outrun it.
Wow.
So
how fast, like speed, can you?
They won't tell you. You know, we get the guys here every other year. They come in here.
Yeah.
So the official speed record's around 2,800 miles an hour, but they've been clocked over 3,000. This is a D-21 drone. There is no pilot. The missions are installed in the aircraft. It's programmed. It's carried on the back of the SR-71. So the Blackbird will take it over a couple hundred miles off the coast of Russia.
Yeah.
This is launched, has packaged a package underneath it with cameras, takes its pictures, comes back out over the sea, climbs to altitude, drops the cameras by parachute, and a C-130 sitting out there with a cable behind it, snags it out of the air, and that's Project Skyhook. You can all look that up.
Wow.
And then this falls into the sea.
This is so unique. People, do you have a website?
Right, it's marshfield.org. That's it.
That's it, huh?
Yep.
And you can come out and take a tour. Bob, I want to thank you very much.
Well, thank you for coming out here. You know,
this has been
we have,
awesome.
80 aircraft out here for people to take a look at, and we welcome everybody.
You could probably spend a whole day here.
Oh, yeah.
So again, a very unique place here in the Inland Empire in Riverside. Like we said, right next to March Air Reserve Base. So hey, come check it out. Thank you so much again, Bob. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out.
I'm going to see if I can start one of these up. I'll see you later.
Okay.